Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Sekani, a podcast for people in their 20s who are trying to figure out life and not get lost along the way. Today's guest is Jennifer Zach, an executive coach, author, and thought leader in somatic leadership, helping people lead and live with greater clarity by reconnecting the mind and body. She's also the author of Somatic Awareness, leading with body intelligence and creator of the 3N model, notice, name, navigate, a practical framework for managing stress, making aligned decision, and leading with presence. Jennifer, welcome to Conversations with Sekani. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you and your audience.
All right. Okay, so yeah, talking about somatic awareness. I want us to start
Yes.
simple, right? What is somatic awareness and why does it matter for leaders?
Yeah. So, soma is the Greek word for body. So, essentially, it's body awareness. If you've ever had a gut feeling,
Mhm.
then you've exercised somatic awareness.
Wow.
And this is important for leaders, for all people, because the body knows before the brain does. And that when we can notice the stimulus inside the body, then we have a window of opportunity between stimulus and response so that we can think before we respond versus just going into reacting from survival mode.
Okay. So basically, some of us actually do practice somatic awareness, but we might not even know about it. Okay. All right.
Yes, that's very true. Most people are unfamiliar with the language, but when I describe what it is, oh, well, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, so we can be intentional with it. We,
Right.
you know, we start, sensation is our first language. It's our
Hmm.
universal language because none of us came into the world knowing how to speak. And we communicated with our caregivers through, sensation, which turned out to be, we had the sense that we needed to be held, changed, fed, etc.
Hmm.
And that we communicated that through, crying, wailing, what have you. Then we learn to speak and use language. And then our culture tends to encourage us to stay more in our heads than our bodies. When we can bring those two together, we have a very powerful resource.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for that one, actually. And yeah,
Yeah.
talking about, the missing piece in leadership, right? So why do you think most leadership training ignores the body?
Because it hasn't been taught.
Hmm.
I think that's a lot of it. That's why I am passionate about speaking about it because it's just something that hasn't been talked about. I also think that it's safer to go what we know. And we know about staying in our heads. We know that part, but that's only going to get us so far.
Right. Wow. Okay. All right. So, talking about like the body as data. So you often talk about like body intelligence. So what kind of signal is the body giving us? What is it giving us that we actually do overlook, right?
Yeah. So for some, it might be tension in their gut.
Hmm.
Others might notice a rapid heartbeat, shallow breath. Maybe they notice heat. Yeah, if you've ever, seen someone turn red from the neck up, that those are all the various tension. Uh, I even had someone say recently that they noticed kind of a swirling around above them. Uh, so it really depends on the person. But if, it'll be a sensation, and that sensation will have physical characteristics of some sort, a weight, a size, a temperature, something. So that's the first step is you got to notice that part. Then the second in naming, that's where we apply our cognitive abilities. What is this sensation? What is this? Well, that gives meaning to it. And then navigating is what helps us to calm the nervous system down so that we can come from our prefrontal cortex and our confidence, our courage, where fear is not running the show.
Right. Wow. Okay, so the three N's, right? Notice, name, and navigate.
Yes.
All right. So actually, to be sincere, I understand notice. I also understand name, but I'm finding it difficult to understand navigate. Right? So can you explain to me in practical terms, literally?
Yes, yes. So navigation is what helps us stay in a regulated state. We're always kind of navigating between dysregulated, regulated, and so forth. So when we notice that the body is headed towards a dysregulated state, towards survival, that is our moment that we can navigate. We can take steps to calm the nervous system down instead of reacting from fear. If the situation is truly unsafe, we want that quick response from the body. An example I often give with that is touching a hot stove. Okay. If any of us that have had that experience, the finger comes right back. We don't have to stop to think about it. What's the best way to remove my finger? But in a business setting, in a leadership situation, we want to take that time to be thoughtful and curious. We don't want to just have that quick response, knee-jerk reaction.
Okay,
Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good.
I understand now. All right. So, I want us to talk about, nervous system regulation, right? So, what are simple ways people can actually start regulating their nervous system daily, actually?
Yeah. So, what I often recommend to my clients is making a habit of noticing and bridging that with other existing habits. So that could be whenever you make your bed, brush your teeth, get a drink of water, whatever it is, take a moment to notice what is happening inside. What are the sensations that you're noticing? Are you tense and restricted? Or maybe you're light and you are expansive. Light and expansive will tell you that your nervous system is in a regulated state. Tense and restricted, that's in a dysregulated state.
All right. So if my nervous system is like tense and restricted, it's a dysregulated state. But if it is, free and comfortable, or I don't know if comfortable is a word, right? That means I'm in a regulated state. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for that lesson, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. And it takes practice, and it's a lifetime practice.
Right.
We're not going to get it every time, but by noticing, we're going to be further ahead than if we don't.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you so much, actually. And yes, talking about, presence and influence, right? So how does being more present in your body actually make you a better communicator or leader?
Yeah, because it allows you to come from a place of confidence, which helps with communication. And it naturally helps create a psychologically safe environment because of the co-regulation that happens. When the leader feels safe, that helps their team feel safe. If the leader is in a dysregulated state most of the time, then that's the psychological safety isn't going to be there. And the team then, emotions are contagious. They're not going to be able to perform at their best. I have on my website, the peak performance starts in the body. There's a book, it's called The Body Keeps the Score.
Okay,
And
the
it
body
does.
keeps the score.
Yeah, yes. A lot of
All
people have
right.
heard of that book, and it's a very good book.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'll check it out though.
Yeah, I
Nice.
would recommend it.
Okay, wow. Okay, thank you. So yeah,
Yeah.
I want you to, I believe you have like a message for young adults out there, right? So let's say for someone new to this, right? What's one simple practice they can start using starting today?
Building that habit of noticing what checking in and noticing what's happening inside their body.
All right. Okay, building your
Yeah,
habits.
and my book is on Amazon. If and it's a thin book. It's a quick read.
Okay.
That's another resource that people can utilize to help them with their practice.
Okay, all right. So, yes, Jennifer, thank you. This was a really practical conversation, actually, especially in a world where, so many people are disconnected from their own bodies. It's actually
Yes.
really good. And I really hope my listeners would, learn from this conversation and start to actually practice connecting with their body. Like you said, somatic awareness.
Yes.
All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, this brings us to the final segment of my podcast. It's called the rapid fire segment.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, starting now,
Uh-huh.
awareness is
Noticing.
okay. All right. Leadership is
A very important role of shaping the future. And your
okay.
people really need that. People are your followers need you to be coming from solid decision making. They're counting on their leaders to make the time, have the capacity to think and make solid decisions for the greater good.
Thank you for that one, actually. And yes, moving on, right?
Yes.
Stress teaches us. Stress teaches us.
Oh, what does stress teach us?
Yes.
Well, not all stress is bad. It can be, like when we're activated to run a race. Stress is, that isn't necessarily bad. Stress can, how do I want to say this? Um, um, is a teacher.
Okay.
Stress is a
Oh,
teacher.
okay. Yes, finally, alignment is
Knowing who you are and whose you are, coming
wow.
from being aligned with your values. Yeah.
Great. So yes, Jennifer, thank you so much. This has been amazing. And where can listeners get to learn more about you and what you do?
Yeah, they can visit my website. It's www.somaticallyaware.com. That's spelled SOMATICALLY aware.com. They can also go to Amazon and search for my book, Somatic Awareness, Leading with Body Intelligence.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much, Jennifer. This has been amazing.
Yeah,
And to my
thank you
listeners,
for having
thank
me.
all right, you're welcome. So to my listeners, thanks for tuning in to Conversations with Sekani. If this episode sparked something in you, make sure to share to someone you think might need this and also subscribe so you don't miss out on new episodes. Thank you, Jennifer. Do have a wonderful day. All right.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye bye.